Well, this is going to be a lot of fun. I don't know what picture will come up for my profile, but this is a good way to start it. These are scrapers. Now, I'm doing a library series, or I should say a museum series, a lot of great shout outs about it, being able to see the material from certain and specific sites. What we're looking at here are some great scrapers from one site, as you've heard me mention, in a drill that just would have been great. It still is. I mean, look at the base on this. These are from Crystal Beach, and I just wanted to go ahead and do it. I mean, look at the contrast in colors. Nice scraper that came from Crystal Beach. Incredible potential at this site. Now, I just discovered it just last year, the end of this last year or so, maybe for a year now. But look at that scraper, will you? Excuse me, that drill. Just get my mind together, and I show you these first now. They're sweet pieces. Now, I don't have a huge selection like yesterday. It seemed like it was overwhelming, had so many pieces. And today I just want to show you some of these that were just my favorites from Crystal Beach that I've saved and put in my display. Just some great stuff from that area. Now, Crystal Beach also, there's a small area called Backcountry, and there's another small area called Sun Hill. But Crystal Beach provided this kind of stuff. I mean to tell you, you've seen them. You haven't seen this one on the top, though. This is an incredible hammerstone, which are great tools. Just want to take a little bit of time and do this museum series and show. I mean, they're all so similar in weight and so similar in the way they were worked. This one just didn't have the time. Now, it took long enough for all this wear along the edges, as you can see this. Took long enough to do that, as well as the stippling on the top, which I don't know what it comes from, but it's on all the rocks. Took long enough to do that. It's a fantastic hammerstone. There is no doubt about it. It's a great looking hammerstone. Important. And then this one I just found the other day was on video, and I won't spend too long on it. Just an incredible piece. Won't even pick it up. I'll just give you the show in the round of how incredibly worked that is. They came off the same site as these projectile points right here. Interesting to even wonder if any of these came from this. It's hard to tell with so much time that's passed and transpired in these points. I mean, you're looking at Guilford Round, which I found the other day, at about 8,000 BC or 7,000 BC. Archaic, early archaic, all the way up into, I think, and you can correct me, a couple little points here, which are great little woodland points, I think. Don't know for sure, but I do know there's a lot of time that's passed between some of these things. Incredible stuff. I think this is another piece of a woodland point. Not sure. Regardless, let's finish up, and I just want to show you a close-up on these scrapers, and then we'll go to the points. Some great tools. Great tools. Would have got the tallow off the hide and done the work that it needed to do. Just some great materials. And of course, there's this quartz scraper. Another behind it. If you look at it really closely here, it has indentations at each end. Not by accident. Not by accident. Take a look at that. So anyway, these scrapers are a good addition. Of course, there's this red quartz scraper and how important those were. So, I mean, I didn't expect to have three groups that represented three really important sets of tools. I mean, scrapers and drills. Good stuff, better than a museum. Just set up the same way. Hammerstones. Now let's go around the circle. Check some things out. Look at these two pieces first. We're looking at rhyolite on the bottom, well over 2 inches, close to 3. Going right around here. Great piece here from Crystal Beach. That's a heavy duty piece. Just love that. Here's another piece that came just close by Crystal Beach, pretty much Crystal Beach, so I put it in here. Same thing, great looking piece. This piece right here from that little area came from the same place as this one, same exact footsteps. Then another piece here. Now you're wondering what size this really is on camera. They're fairly big. I mean, you're looking pretty good size. Nice points. Look at the workmanship on this. The kind of work they put out. Now, if you're just tuning in, just hopped on right now, this is Eastern North Carolina, coastal Piedmont area, going over different sites. All of these come from one central field area. So I want to finish this before I get interrupted here on this video. And this is one of my favorite pieces of all time from this site. This might look a little rough, but they've worked every centimeter. Every centimeter. It's ground on the back, even slightly bevel right there off that. My focus is working. I mean, might look a little rough, but they work with that stone and made it beautiful. Made it lethal. So I've always just really liked this piece. It's one of my favorites from the site. Great piece from Crystal Beach. Now, here's another piece that I found when I was actually naming the site last year. And I said to myself, if I find one more piece of quartz here, I'm going to call this place Crystal Beach. But here's a nice piece for you. Smoky quartz. And then the days have gone by and I just kept finding quartz there. Has a great ancient look. Always worked. Don't find a whole lot of Guilfords, but did find this one the other day, and I won't take too long because that is on film. Just a fantastic piece. So as we finish up here, here's another one, and I just remember in conversation yesterday, there was a friend of mine, Rob, he said he just absolutely loves, and so do I, the relief work on points. Look at that relief work. Interesting stuff. Here's a great point that I found recently on Crystal Beach. About 2 inches, which is a common size. Alright, so I don't need to be too long in an overview. Check out these points from one site I call Crystal Beach. Has a lot of potential. My other points and other sites, I mean, I've been collecting for 3 years, 4 years, some of those sites. This one only a year or so, and it's paid off. It's a discovery site, just discovered it recently. Has some great stuff on it. Give you some good angles. A couple stellar hammerstones. No doubt. It's providing this kind of stuff, so there's just huge potential there. And, of course, it's got a lot of tools there, so there's just everything in the ingredients for great potential from a site. I guess all I can say is thanks so much for tuning into Indian Trace, and just a great look at scrapers. That right there. Wow, my goodness, it's good looking. Let's finish with my favorite point. Go over here, see if I can get a good angle on it. Appreciate you tuning in. Put that one right there, finish it off. Hope you find out there.